it's time for quarterfinal number 4. Who is going to make it into the semi-finals in the matchup between Jeff Henckels of Luxembourg and Florian Unruh of Germany?
On target number 1. Representing Luxembourg, Jeff Henckels. On target number 2. Representing Germany, Florian Unruh. The line judge for this match is Clement Cesar.
Okay guys, please prepare.
So here we go. It's a bit of a similar story actually to the previous quarterfinal, with an experience of Jeff Henckels of Luxembourg, who has been to the Olympic Games, down at rank number 44 in the world, going up against burgeoning talent of Florian Unruh, ranked 21 in the world. Luxembourg versus Germany. It's time to find out who is going to face Jean-Charles Valadon in the semi-finals here in Turkey.
Nein. 9,2 auf 2. Die größte Luft und heute lenkt das relativ schwach, scheinbar.
Advantage already with the German. See that sort of kisser on his nose there, an indication of his anchor point.
Eight. Ten.
Well out of reach and well, curious there. Lots of changes on the site from Jeff Henckels, just shooting a 25 against Unruh, who's on form at 29. The German leading by 2 set points to nil. A real contrast on the shooting line here.
Yeah, Florian straight into it, wasn't he? Dialed in, straight into the gold. And just so much pressure on their shoulders, isn't it? Just to win this match is a quota spot for your country for the Olympic Games. So, yeah, I guess they're not too comfortable out there.
Germans doing pretty well at the moment in the current Olympic. Normally you call it a quadrennial, but a quintennial I think it is this time round. But Luxembourg's not a country you see on the podium very often.
True, like you say, Jeff has made it to the Olympics twice before, Athens and London. So, yeah, can he draw on that experience and get himself back there for a third time?
Well, Florian Unruh going with form at the moment and leading by 2 set points to nil. It will be Jeff Henckels of Luxembourg to shoot first in set number 2. Great shot from the 2-time Olympian.
10, 9, 8, 7.
showing a bit of signs of pressure there with the countdown, perhaps.
Yeah, they just get their 20 seconds to shoot the arrow. Often they will shoot into that last 10 seconds of it, and the coach just counting him down, letting him know where he is in that time. Didn't look much of a good shot, but good enough to get into the gold.
8-9 liner.
So, opportunity to fight straight back for Jeff Henckels of Luxembourg. Oh, brilliant stuff from him. Absolutely superb when things were looking a little awry in the first set. He's pulled it all back together just like that. Unruh will be happy with a 10 to finish there and shooting a 28 following his 29 in the first set. So Florian Unruh is still shooting well, but the response from Henckels will give him bags of confidence.
Yeah, it was a great response, wasn't it? He just couldn't find the gold in the first set there, Jeff, but really dialed in now, and I think we've got a match on our hands, 2 apiece.
Yeah, and again, we've got a situation where with 2 French archers through the quarterfinals, with only 1 place available per country, we will be in a count-back situation. At the moment, Ziga Ravnica of Slovenia, by my calculations, is leading that race, but a 6-4 loss from either of these 2 archers puts them in contention, as long as they get a better overall score. And of course 6-5, if this is forced into a shoot-off, well, even better for the other archer. So, set number 3, Henckels has pulled it all back together. Unruh will shoot first.
8 or 9.
Nicht Luft für links, ganz wenig, ja? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Gut, ja.
Nein.
Kopf an 9,5 auf 3 Jahre.
Yeah, there's something outside.
9.
Dan komen we een bisschen meer Luft für links an, Jeff. 10.
They were neck and neck and just right into the 6 there. Is that going to be enough to lose the set for him?
Yeah. Intriguing third set. Up and down for Henckels. Really a bit of tightness there from Unruh, but finishing with a 26, potentially being marked up to a 27, and that is more than enough because Henckels can only get a 24 in the end. So again, the pendulum swings in favour of the German, and he goes 4-2 up. Very interesting first arrow from Unruh as well. I'm not sure whether we'll get a replay of it, but it looked like there was something in the... He hit something in the target perhaps on his first arrow.
Yeah, there might have been something on the target face. I don't know, these targets are made of foam, so sometimes it might be a little bit of the foam that's come off the arrows as they're pulled out. Perhaps resting on the target face and then was moved as that arrow hit the target, but yeah, replay, not entirely sure.
We didn't get it there, but certainly the German has struck back in the lead.
4-2 lead for the German archer, and Jeff Henckels starts into the 4th set.
So Henckels up and down continues here. If it continues into the 4th set, it will be an up for him and he'll be able to draw level. That's what he needs, really. Both of these archers looking for scores as well as the win. Win obviously confirms a quota place for their country, and then a loss doesn't completely rule them out, and they, in some respects, they have the security of knowing that now.
Yeah, it's not all just about win-lose. You've got to shoot the best you can on each and every arrow.
So set number 4.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Jeff with the 9-10 liner.
On the line, marked for a measure there.
Berlin auf 5, 6, 7.
10.
Very good. Very good indeed from Florian Unruh.
Unbelievable accuracy as these archers. Can you see these arrows on the tip of that clicker? Literally millimetres in it. Each time they drop the same length. Beautiful.
What a response, and what a fast arrow from Henckels. But look at that, a 28, and it's still there for Florian Unruh to win it. He goes into the 9, gets a 29, and that will do it for him. 6 set points, 2-2, subject to a measure on the first arrow from Jeff Henckels. How important is that measure, Nikki?
Really important. So yeah, down to just millimetres again. Whether that arrow is called in or out, the judge will be there with a magnifying glass to make that call, and if any part of that arrow is touching the line, it will be the higher score.
Well, critical really, because if Henckels goes down 6-2, I don't think he's going to get the countback spot, and that will go to Ravnica, Slovenia. So critical even if he loses. It was upgraded. Good call, Nicky Hunt. A 29 plays 29. And how important is that score going to be for Jeff Henckels? It keeps him not only in the match at 5-3 down, but it's one more point that may well go towards what he needs should he lose it. Equally, it's important for Unruh to stay focused here, because this isn't done now, and he's got to get himself back into the groove to win the match. We go into the 5th set. Is this going to go all the way to a shoot-off? So a measure working in favour of Jeff Henckels, the 36-year-old from Luxembourg. And look at what confidence that kind of score or change of score gives you. Straight into the 10 and very confident looking Jeff Henckels. Super reply there. It looks like Florian Unruh has already managed to settle his nerves.
Oh, incredible shooting. What a nail biter this is. Can it go to the final set?
Henckels doing just enough to put pressure on his opponent, but look at the response.
Oh, just trading 10s. Got to get this one in.
This is so important for both of these archers. Oh, he's pulled that one. He's had to do a bit of bow quando and pull it over, but a 27 is perhaps not enough. Unruh drops it into the 9 for a win there, 29-27. A warm hug from his coach. It came down to a final arrow there for Jeff Henckels, drifting away, perhaps just lost his focus, lost his concentration in the end. Florian Unruh held on to his after a measure kept his opponent in the match. It's Florian Unruh of Germany who's moved into the semi-finals, where he'll face Jean-Charles Valadon, but more importantly, who's booked a quota spot for Germany.
That last arrow there of Jeff Henckels, you could just see some tension appear in one of his eyes as he was aiming, and I think, you know, he just kind of knew from that point that arrow was going to go off and not be a good one for him. The pressure just got to him there. But I love that phrase, bow quando. I think that's potentially a new phrase there for a bit of steerage, trying to get it back in the middle.